Sharon Osbourne's revealing some shocking details about her relationship with Ozzy. You know, she has an upcoming memoir coming out. It's called Unbreakable. And in it, she says that she and Ozzy separated after he fell off the wagon and started doing drugs again. Well, we talked about this on Hot Topics. Last season we talked about it. Sharon secretly went through Ozzy's phone and ended up finding text messages to drug dealers, begging them for drugs. Okay. You know that whole thing with snooping through phones? I don't know. I figured like that's what girls do. Like women don't do that because we know that, if you look, you're gonna find something. Or, I don't know, it's just an invasion of privacy. I used to be a snooper because I was suspecting something and something was popping off. That's okay, that was years ago and everything is fine now. But I was a snooper, I suspected something was going on. Now, I don't bother snooping. We have codes to each other's phones. I've left my phone, at home where he's been there. Like, I don't snoop. I don't know what you do, I'm not going to judge. But I just, by a show of claps, how many people snoop? Okay. How many people have snooped in the past? And how many people like me have the code you could snoop, but why bother? Yeah. The Gorgas, Melissa and Joe, they have the same passcode for each other's phones. I think I saw her talking about that on Housewives or someplace. Anyway, they're gonna be here Friday. They have passwords. No word on whether they actually snoop in each other's phones, but they know each other's codes, Anyway, back to the drugs and Ozzy. So, the other thing is, who texts drug dealers? Okay, just the sneaky-osity of it all. If you're up to no good, whether you got a side piece outside of your relationship or whether you're doing drugs, there's two people that you never text because there's evidence. You don't text a jump off, and you don't text a drug dealer. Okay, but anyway, so after the big fight, Sharon got a call from Ozzy saying that he wants to be a bachelor. So you know what Sharon did? She sold every one of his exotic cars within a 24-hour period. I haven't thought of selling a car, but certainly doing damage, like you damaged my feelings, so now I'm going to damage it. But then I'm like, wait a minute. Who's gonna clean up all the glass? Like you think about all the crap afterwards. But she, apparently, she gave one of the cars to Jack, the son, and then she sold the rest, and he had quite a collection. The best way to get the revenge, though? I don't know, are you a vase breaker and a shoe thrower and all that stuff? You're gonna scuff up your shoes for him? Then who's gonna fix the hole in the wall? Who's gonna clean up the glass afterwards? As a woman, it might feel good to smash all that stuff, but ultimately speaking, aren't you then responsible for cleaning it up? I just figure the best revenge is to stay late at work, but don't let him know that you're at work. And when the phone rings, when your cell phone rings at your desk, don't answer it. Create an air of mystery and make sure that you wear something snatched that day. You know what I mean? Because nothing hurts more than knowing that somebody has their hands on your meat. Even worse than smashing cars and all that, because you can get another car, but you can't get another me or another her. Anyway. So anyway, eventually though, Ozzy did get himself back together, and that's the moral of the story is there is no moral of the story. Jay-Z gave a very revealing interview in the November issue of Vanity Fair magazine. He says that his past as a drug dealer actually helped him become the mogul that he is today. Well, there's a lot you can learn from the school of hard knocks, which is what they call the streets. He says, there were a lot of things that I lived in the street that helped me in the music business. I knew what characters not to have around me. Sometimes it's the people around you, whether they want to impress you or they're still in that life. They're hot-headed. it's really the entourage that can be the problem. I concur. You know, it's always the hangers-on that are up to no good. That's a good one. He also, in the article, talked about his newly formed sports management agency. He says that he wanted to do this agency to help athletes hold on to their money because so many of our athletes are broke shortly after they play. Makes perfect sense. And also because he has this 40-40 nightclub and most of the athletes end up in there anyway, it was an easy way to start dialogue with them. They would always ask him about money. So finally, you know, he said, well, you know what? I might as well open an agency. So good for him. You see this Justin Bieber? You can say a lot of things about Miley Cyrus, but I've never once heard that she is not a nice young lady, that she is disrespectful to people, that she defaces President Clinton's picture or urinates in a bucket or wears overalls to meet prime ministers and heads of state like this Justin Bieber. His behavior continues. Like, he's a jerk. I've never heard that Miley, and everybody seems to think the same thing. Like, this kid is just out of control, and everybody apparently is letting him do it, including his own mother and father. You know, while he was visiting the Great Wall of China, he refused to walk across and made his bodyguards carry him on his shoulders. Now, this has been on the news all day long. I am not sure who's wrong, the bodyguards for doing it or Justin for asking. I say Justin because as a bodyguard, first of all, if you don't speak Chinese and you don't have your return ticket, you don't want to get fired on the Great Wall of China. So pick up your boss and carry. But this kid, he's just a jerk. He doesn't have common decency, you know? It didn't stop there either. Apparently, Justin was seen skateboarding recently, and look at his bodyguards running behind him to protect him. I don't know, you know, well, like I said, you can say a lot about Miley, and we do. She might be a little lewd with the dressing and the behavior, but nobody ever said she was a jerk or disrespectful like this kid. Oh my gosh, I've got the best picture to show you. Arnold Schwarzenegger's love child with Mildred the maid has grown up and he looks just like his father. It's our hot shot of the day. Hit it. That's 16. That's 51. That's 51. But that's 16, and there they are. I can't stand when the boys wear those socks and those flip-flops together. And they're at Target. That is just how my son looks when we go to Target. Just how he looks. But look, the boy is 6. Happy birthday, Joseph. He recently turned 16, and according to TMZ, Arnold gave him a home gym. You know what I love? Mildred has come up. I bet you that's a real ostrich bag, probably like from Neiman Marcus for $8,000. And I bet you that's a fresh manicure on her hands. Mildred's happy. I mean, you know. Crew backstage. I mean, anyway, Arnold got the boy a gym for his birthday because when Arnold started lifting weights, he was 16. Do you want to see a picture of Arnold at 19? 19. That's 19. That's only part of, you know what's really weird? Only part of the audience clapped. Other girls had their faces turned up like, ew. But that's Arnold at 19, and the boy looks just like his father. I'm glad that it kind of all worked out for them, where the secret's out. The only one I feel sorry for is Maria, because she's still got to deal with this. But anyway, hi, Maria. How you doing, girl?